Hello and welcome back to Just for Today. I'm Jamal Normie.
Hey, I'm Miranda, the recovering addict.
And today we're going to talk about distractions. First thing, we have a scripture and it goes.
1 John 2:15. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in them.
Alright. So what do you think that's like? Well, I think it's just saying don't put the world before him.
What I think is going on, or the issue or whatever, to where we're supposed to focus on God. Mm-hmm. And we get distracted with things like you said you want to talk about, it's like watching TV or being distracted on our phones, things like that. And we can be distracted with hobbies, technology, relationships. Like we can be distracted in all these things, and those are worldly things, and that takes away our focus in God, and that should be our number one, priority. Mm-hmm. I have the flip of the coin on that I have to say, but the main thing is, you get distracted from the Lord, and if you're more focused on the worldly things, then the love of the Father gets less and less, because you spend all day on your phone watching TV, or focusing on finding a new love or whatever, and then you spend those last 5 minutes before you go to bed to thank him, and you say a prayer. It's like you leave God only that little bit of time. Mm-hmm. That's how I took the scripture.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And not only that, like TV and things, and it's like shaping how we think things are supposed to be. I was thinking about like some of these past videos that we've done, and how some people disagreed and stuff like that, and said that's hard. It's because they're based on feelings that we've occurred through TV and social media and stuff. Like we have this idea of what we're supposed to be like based on TV. Like even me to an extent, it's just like what would life be like if we were on an island and we had nothing to tell us what we're supposed to be like, like how we're supposed to date and what we think attraction.
Nature would happen. Like
nature would happen.
Natural way of things.
But people like have issues because of TV. Like I need to look a certain way, so I'm gonna go throw up or use drugs. I need to act a certain way, because so I need to drink or do drugs to feel, because I don't look like what this is showing me on TV, right. Or I don't feel up to par with being in my own skin because what I think I'm supposed to act like because of TV and things like that. Like it creates this false image. I think I should date because on TV at 7, 6, 12, 13 people are dating and they have boyfriends and girlfriends on TV and things like that. Like I think things would be a lot different if TV wasn't.
When I was thinking of what to talk about for this week, because you said, TV distracts us. And I always see like the flip side of it, to where there's always like a good thing and a bad thing with everything. And so, when you have those fictional movies, fictional whatever, that's where it's like unrealistic that you think what's supposed to be normal is based off of these fictional characters or these fictional lives. But to me, on the other hand, where I don't sit and watch like movies and like random TV shows. Like I like real life stuff. So I like the fact that there's opportunity out there. Like us, we're making a video. It's real content. Getting it to people who, if we would never have seen them before, and it's getting to them. Like real informative stuff. Like our experience is helping someone else. I like biographies. I like documentaries. I like like stuff that's actually like real and that's history. Because that's truth, or at least there's truth to it. It's not just like made up fictional stuff. So on the flip side, I appreciate that we're not living in the olden times where in order to hear what's going on over here, you're going to hear it 10 years later by a buggy and horse and buggy or whatever, you know, like I appreciate that we have technology, you know, to advance our knowledge in certain things. And of course there's always that disadvantage because people abuse it or they use it for, you know, whatever reasons. They make lies, like watching the news. You can't just watch CNN, you have to watch Fox because they're all biased. So you can't just, if you watch the news, you know, my point is you can't just watch one channel because they're only going to talk and feed you their beliefs. So you have to, like, you know, go to the channel that you don't like them, but they're going to give you their stories too, and so you can make your own conclusion.
I don't know. It's even still though. How do you know that either of them are telling the truth?
You don't. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. That's people. If you're looking at a person, you know, if you're putting your trust into a person, then you don't know. But it's rather you. At least we have the opportunity to get our knowledge from multiple resources and making our own conclusion versus just having one resource and 100% believing what that resource is telling us. You know, it's like it's up to us to make a decision.
Yeah.
But
yeah, unfortunately, everything that's good, there's a negative side. It doesn't matter what it is, you know, besides God, like everything that's man-made, there's a good and a bad to it. Like you can, like even now, like social media, like this vaccine, even like people legitimately, there are legitimate reasons why some people probably don't take it, like real reasons, like medical, whatever. But people think that they know more than a doctor. Like you can come up based on what their friends are telling them, what they're seeing on social media and things like that.
What's causing that is there was no real leadership. And with no real leadership,
in anything, you can mess up.
Everything's at the table, you know. So when it first started, none of us was prepared for this. Nobody in the world was prepared. Like, yeah, people knew it would, of course, history repeats itself. So again, if you take a look at history, you'll kind of be prepared for certain things and events to happen. But we're so focused on the worldly things, you know, and not, you know, paying attention to preparing ourselves for what's to come. We'd sit here, not we, but people make fun of those doomsday people who have like a basement full of you know, like water and canned foods and stuff, and we're over here making fun of them when it's like we should all be that, you know, like so we can be prepared for events like this. But that's the thing, it's where there's no real leadership. So, and even scientists and doctors and people high up, even they don't even know what to believe right now because it's so scrambled. The information that's being out there is just so scrambled because you got money mixed involved in it, you got politics mixed in it. It's hard to say, well, who do I trust when even those that you're supposed to trust don't know what to say, and it's always changing. But more information you learn about, of course your opinions and ideas are going to change. That's normal. That's supposed to happen. But when all these people are scared, if a person on day one says, okay, this is the route we're going to take, they get more information, and then, okay, well, no, now we need to take this route. Everybody's going to be like, well, wait, you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you changing it from A to B? Information happens, and you know, you get more information, you know, more data comes out, and things change.
But even more than that, though, what I'm saying, though, is like, a doctor can tell somebody something and then they'll be like, no, that's not true because my friends say so, or because I don't want to be told what to do, or like the prideful stuff and then things like that is where the issue is.
Yeah, just trust.
Not just necessarily the information, because people are taking whatever information they want to trust. I'm not going to take this vaccine because I don't know what's in it, but I'm going to take this thing that I don't know what's in it, and this thing I don't know what's in it, this experimental thing,
I'll take this and I'll take that.
But I'm not going to take that because I don't, you know,
you'll take
it's
all
just
this stuff
like
to
people
prevent
want
it.
to be, they don't want to be told to do, like America is very, we have our rights and we want to do things our way and not be told what to do. and like these things become slippery slopes when they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even necessarily. It's not. They don't think about what it's affecting other people. It's like what's going to happen to me if I'm doing it, not necessarily what's going to happen to you if I'm not doing it. You know, or you know, that's regardless of the information. If you have a doctor that you trust, that we should all have doctors. You talk to your doctor. They'll tell you what the information you should make a decision off of that.
Not everyone has access to a doctor.
I know.
Not even just in America, just all over the country. There's third world countries where they don't even know. It's just sad. Like people don't have access to the information or resources that would help make a better decision.
But the people that do, that are posting and saying stuff, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's and there are issues with people that why they shouldn't take, you know, potentially why they shouldn't take it. But those aren't. I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about the people in third world countries and all that stuff. I'm talking about the people that have access and then say they're not going to because they're not using your tools. Those are the ones that are messing it up, and that's mainly here. That's not a lot of the places overseas and stuff are getting stuff under control, and they have good leadership. You know, everything always starts with the head, but basing stuff off of social media and friends and stuff like you were talking about, like you're talking about Isaac. You know, he's probably getting influenced by all sorts of people. If he was still living here and then with you, and then you're the information, you work in a doctor's office and you're getting information from your doctor, it'd be different. But because he's not and surround himself with whoever, and then social media, like he legitimately said, "Have you ever seen a baby pigeon before?"
Oh my god!
Oh man, it's just the stuff that people say and think.
It's sad.
Crazy. Yeah. It's
crazy.
America's just not educated in a lot of things.
That's the thing. Like, these are smart people. Like, Isaac's smart. He's intelligent.
You can be intelligent.
I know a lot of people, right? Well, no, it's not even about educated. Like, you can be educated and smart. Because I have a lot of patients who are highly educated, highly smart. But this is just like, what is it? Like, common sense is kind of going out the window. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not just you can be smart and educated and you know like I know people who have resources, who are smart and intelligent, and they just, you know, it's just so divided.
I said it's just a common sense thing. People, you can be the smartest person in the world, not have any common sense.
Right.
Yeah. And people on different pages.
We all got to have a talk with Isaac, though. I'm trying.
Yeah. So that's why it's so important, like, from the start when you're a kid, you're accessible to things, like it's going to define how the rest of your life's going to be. So, like, your parents have to be more engaged with their kids and not, like, know what they're doing, first of all, and then not allowing them to be so much on social media. Like, don't let social media and news and all this stuff affect, let them grow up off of that stuff. Like, I think it's fine watching TV and doing things, but it shouldn't be all of that. You know, there should be, all right, let's go do like a puzzle like you guys have been doing, or let's go walking, or let's learn something, you know, or whatever. Like, it shouldn't be just sitting on watching TV all day, sitting and playing a game all day, sitting and on your phone all day, you know, and talking to your friends and all this sort of stuff. Like, there has to be something more than that. And even still, it's a real TV. That's what I was going to say earlier. Kardashians, that's real people watching real TV. What they're putting out there isn't real. So it's not necessarily always watching real things. It's like watching things that have like good meaning. Like, the stuff that you watch for the most part isn't you know, you like to watch those documentaries on things and things like that, which is good. And I watch Marvel stuff, so, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, but like with things like the Kardashians, like in the beginning of time, it was real stuff, you know. It was like, you know, this is our family, this is like what we go through. But then it changed because of money and popularity and stuff. So then it's like, okay, well, what else can we do to make this more entertaining? Then it turns into turned into entertainment. It's no longer, hey, this is our daily life. Like, you know, I like watching stuff that show, you know, there was like, I don't know, a long time ago, like years ago, like on TLC, like, you know, the mom with triplets or like 6 kids or whatever. It's like, that's a real struggle. Like, what does this mom go through every day to take care of these 6 kids all at once? Like, that's legit. Like, it's not entertainment to me. That's like, I'm learning how women or this person, this family handles the situation versus like the Kardashians. It's like, what drama can we get into today to get more ratings, you know? And that's because...
But even still, from the start though, like, I watched those first couple seasons with you when you were binging them. And it's like, normal people don't live that way. Like, you don't have money
that's what I'm saying. No, not normal people, but there's people that live that way. There's people with money. People
with money. That's what I'm saying. Normal people, though, don't live that way. The people that are watching this show are now basing their life and doing things based on what they're seeing on there, is what I'm saying. Like, that's not feeding your mind correctly. Now, I need to be wearing this sort of thing, acting this sort of way. You know, you don't have the resource, not even necessarily the resources, but it's just they're in a whole other world. Yeah. You know, than what us and then.
Like, I would not pay $1,000 for a purse
ever.
I can't.
Even if I had all the money in the world, like I wouldn't. I couldn't do it either.
It blows my mind.
But yeah, just how those sort of shows, they're distractions. Like, they're not, I don't know, sometimes it's like, what am I getting out of this? Like, I don't know. But then again, like Marvel stuff, like, that's not real. But it's not making me think that it's a possibility. Like, I'm not over here thinking I can pick up a shield and then take out people with it, you know, versus like if you're watching something like that, there's like a subconscious, you might not think it, but like subconsciously you're starting to act like what you're seeing on TV and social media and things like that to an extent. Like, it might not be conscious, but it might not be in the forefront, but low level, low key, you're like, I need to look this way. I need to act this way. I need to, you know, it's the more you do anything, the more you're going to be somewhat like whatever you're doing. Relationships, for instance, like our relationship is work. It's not like an easy relationship, and we're doing it, you know, under God and doing it all that way. So it's not like, sometimes you could be doing something that's going to take up a lot of time and effort and energy, but like, it's not like we have time to go to all of the like we have meetings on top of meetings and Bible study and all stuff. We're not going to all that stuff. But our relationship is different than other relationships. So, like, you can work on something that's positive and incorporate God into it. It doesn't mean that you have to go to church we go to church every Sunday, but it doesn't mean that you have to, like, sacrifice something else.
But I think that's what we're supposed to do.
I don't think so. I don't think God put us here to be upset and angry all the time.
No, not that. But from what I'm learning, like, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
I never heard him say that once.
We're supposed to be 100%
for God.
Yeah.
Not 100% doing everything.
I think so.
24/7. No, because then if that was the case, then why are you working at your job? You should be out there.
Spread the word.
No.
So when you're out,
you work to make money.
You have the opportunity. Yeah, and then while you're there, you're supposed to, you know.
Yeah, but are you talking to every person that comes in? Hey, so have you talked to God today? Hey, did you pray today? No, you're not. So if that was the case, then.
But there should be.
When the opportunity arises, yes, but that doesn't mean that you're out there. Like, if we were really doing what like they used to do old school, we'd be out there not making any money, scrubbing feet, you know, trying to help people everywhere we can and not worried about money at all. That's the way. I don't think God made us to be like this in this right now. Like, I think that we're here to do what we can, but we also have to worry about self-help, we have to worry about ourselves also. Yeah. So being in a relationship like this, like, it takes work, you know. If you have things going, a lot of people that, God is there to, you know, make that bridge and to give you that strength. But a lot of people that are in church are people that have issues, you know. So you make that effort to do what you can, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be 24/7 doing, doing stuff. So it's not. So anyway, so I'm not saying that you should be sacrificing yourself for what you think that God wants you to do. Like He wants us to, in my opinion, fix us and then help fix others. So some of these things can be seen as a distraction, but they're not necessarily. You have to have common sense. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all the time you have for today. Leave us a comment below. What did you think about this? Are you distracted? Do you have any distractions? What's your perception on distractions? Let's have a detailed conversation. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things, but most importantly, remember to keep coming back.
Stay clean.
Bye. Test. Say something.
Are your feet not touching the ground when you sit there? Did they dangle?
Your foot forward, first of all.
I'm crossing my legs.
And mine are like this. Mine are not straight. Now they're straight. They weren't straight and my seat's higher. Mind your business. Oh. And also my tire. More cushion, all the above.
Okay. You put yours up 'cause I'm taller than you.
Not taller than me.
Look at that, look.
Where do you want my seat to be?
That's better. Oh, no. Okay, now we're equal.
Oh,
unless you want me above you.
No.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Let's go.
Scoot over. Ready? Mm-hmm. 3, 2. Press the record button. 3, 2, 1. Wait, distractions. What about distractions? First thing though, we got a topic, or 3. Social media. We're talking about Kardashians.
I do like me some documentaries though.
Yeah, you do. It was important, and it was like my other topic part of this, but I can't remember what it is, so I don't want to.
Did you write it down?
No, I had it, but somebody cut me off.
Okay, I won't talk then.
I ain't saying that stuff. See?
I'll just sit here.
See? That's why I don't say anything.
Alright, let's go. Wrap it up.
Alright. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Nope, I forgot. Leave a comment below.
Coming back.
No, I forgot the distraction. Okay, let's skip that detailed conversation. 3, 2.
I need my coffee.
You done?
Yeah.